Good evening, everybody. Please let me know if you can hear me properly. Okay, perfect, Mr. Arif. Yeah, okay. Thank you all for letting me know that you can hear me now. Okay, first of all, I hope that you're all doing very well. I have to give you this basic notice that I have received your assignments. Different groups have sent it. There are some groups that they didn't send it. As we discussed before, I expect all of the groups to submit except certain cases that we discussed before. So, but at the end of the day, before the class or after class, make sure you're sending your assignments for avoiding any deduction marks and so on. And you will definitely receive basically an email from me if there's anything wrong with your assignment or what I received from you is not alright. Even if it's alright, you will receive one acknowledgement email. So, but as far as these days, I'm kind of really busy. I couldn't make it by today, so you may send your leadership as well as your e-learning. Don't worry, you definitely will get all of the groups. If you didn't receive any specific email, doesn't mean that I didn't receive it. You will definitely get it, all of the emails. Make sure in the emails you are mentioning that this is assignment for this e-learning or this is for leadership. So make sure that it's happening perfectly. So this explanation, I had it at the beginning of the class. I may announce it one more time at the end of the class. This is all for making sure that you're going to receive all of your assessment marks by the end of the semester perfectly in a way that you're not going to be worried about how long does it take for you to get the final result. So thanks for listening, and this was the initial assessment, basically announcement that I wanted to have. So let's start the chapter today. This is chapter 8, differentiation and position strategy, a very interesting topic to discuss. The objectives, as usual, are we are going to define differentiation and positioning and explain why they are important elements of marketing strategies. We are going to discuss dimensions of differentiation and internet-specific differentiation strategy as well. We will discuss how companies can position or reposition themselves on the basis of attributes, technology, benefit, users, category, relation to competitors, and integrator capabilities. So as usual, we start our basically lesson with a case study. This is the company story of J. Peterman. The J. Peterman company is a classic example of successfully combining clever differentiation with powerful positioning. The founder established his company as a breed apart from ordinary, basically, competitors. If you visit jpeterman.com and discuss what makes their product, you may have now go to this jpeterman.com, everybody in the class, and see what is so special about this basically company that make it different. You may later on when I'm asking a question, you can basically talk about that. So I give you time all to go for this J. Peterman. I'm doing it simultaneously as well. So and, you see J. Peterman, see good things happen. As you can see, they immediately want you to sign up. If you don't want to do that, you just say no thanks you, and then you try to see what's going on there. You see it's an online, as you can see, shopping basically department or online marketplace. You have different departments, different collections, different basically elements to be sold. There's some special prices for some and so on. So as you can see, special offers are basically mentioned there. You can see different categories are there, and new owners, for example, manual number thing, and Yeah, as you can see, this is a company that basically they have this online department store, and most probably this is how they start their business. Let's come back to the definition of the whole differentiation. What does it mean? Kotler, as you know, Philip Kotler is the father of marketing. He is the one that his textbooks or his books are the main reference of most of the marketing courses all around the world. Almost 80-90% of universities in the world try to have his, basically. This is not a precise, basically, statistic. It's based on my experience I'm telling you since I started teaching in undergraduate as well as postgraduate. I've seen him. I've seen his book. I've seen his conferences. I've seen his articles. The main source and reference for most of marketing classes. He, as the father of marketing, defines differentiation as the process of adding meaningful and value differences to distinguish the product from the competition. What you do to your product that makes it different from your competitor, that is differentiation. Okay? So Kotler, with a very, very nice, simple definition, tells you what differentiation is all about. Okay? So at the end of the day, whatever you do to your product to make it super different from what your competitors have, or come up with a value that your competitors they don't have, that will be differentiation. There are a number of differentiation dimensions and strategies for their accomplishment. You can have differentiation from different aspects and dimensions. Let's have them all one by one and see how companies can create this value differences, which is different from their competitors. The main differentiation dimensions that you can see here are product by itself. A firm can differentiate along 5 dimensions, different dimensions. The first thing is product by itself, how you make your product different from your competitors. Services, what type of services you provide that your competitors they don't. Personnel, what type of personnel you're using and how they're different from your competitors. The channel or distribution channel, or all of those intermediary or cybermediary basically elements in your distribution channel. And image, which is what type of image you create, which is different from the rest. We're going to have them all in detail. Let's see what is the product differentiation. The internet differentiates itself by providing a limitless assortment of products. You see, a very, very specific adjective of having everything online is you don't really need to have all of those stock in physical manner. It means you don't really need to have inventory from every single product that you are promising to your customer in your website. You don't need to have them in your inventory. You can simply just have their pictures over there or 3D dimensional pictures, and then people, by looking at that, they will decide whether you want or not. So then upon their request or basically customer request, then you can basically order the product from your supplier and then sell it to the customer and act as a basically retailer. So you can see how a limitless assortment of products can play a significant role. Differentiation may include customization, bundling, attractive pricing of products. Differentiation, when we're talking about product, all of these things, how you customize the product. You may say this is for this age, this is for that age, for example. I come up with this price for this type of customer. You see, your product can be different from that point of view as well. Internet sales may not rely as heavily on product packaging as the traditional retailers. You see, when you have traditional retailing, okay, packaging is going to play a significant role. But then it comes to internet, as far as you just see the product and packaging is not really there. You will receive the package when the product is already arrived and already paid for that. You see, packaging cannot play a significant role in what we call basically internet marketing or internet sales. So you can see again how packaging can be different or differentiated from the retailing, traditional retailing. Packaging minimization will reduce waste and cost. As a matter of fact, these important factual point that in internet marketing, you don't really need to maneuver and invest on packaging very much. It will help you to reduce the cost. The customer will be happier as well. On the other side, you will just contribute to the environmental factor, which is less pollution and less waste. So you can see how product can be differentiated simply by going online. So even being online by itself, you can have different types. There are some companies like Adidas that you can just give your information, like what type of product you want, what is your size, and they can even provide the product based on your actual sizes and customize it to your own needs. That can be the maximum, for example, customization, and that can be a phenomenal differentiation that basically Adidas provides for its customers in comparison with other competitors. So let's go further. Let's talk about service differentiation. How it's going to happen. Customer service can be enhanced by 24-hour customer feedback through email. You see, there is a significant difference between online and again retailing. In retailing, at the end of the day, most of the shopping malls, they're going to start around 10 a.m. and they're going to close down at 10 p.m. This is a very typical pattern. There are countries that there are some shopping malls that they start working while other shopping malls are closing down. For example, if we talk about a country like Korea, it's very interesting for you to know that there are some common shops that they start around 10 a.m. or 9 a.m. and they close around 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. And there are some other shopping malls that they start around 10 or 9 p.m. and they will close down around 7 to 9 and 7, 8 or 9 a.m. So these basically shopping malls are doing this simply because they want to be differentiated from other retailers. But when it comes to online, that can be 24 hours simply because you don't really have those limitations that normal physical or traditional retailing has. So that's why whoever has any problem can simply log on to your website, initiate a complaint, for example, and make sure that it's going to work in a way that they get what they're looking for. Home delivery, groceries, and online banking and securities trading are becoming increasingly popular. Again, Internet provides this significant chance for any retailer or any service provider to do things that they couldn't do before. One of the basic things is like delivering of groceries. If you go to a normal traditional shop, you already reached them all, so there's no point of getting that free delivery. If you want to call them, again, you don't see what you're buying. But if you go online, you see what you're buying, and you can issue your, for example, initiate your basically order, and you will get to have it all in your doorstep. You see the difference between this online and offline is simply a significant flexibility that you get. It can be online banking nowadays. You want to pay your bill, you want to transfer money, you want to go do anything like that at specific times out of 24 hours. Banking system may go on off temporarily, for example, out of service, but usually it's 23 to 22 hours a day. You have the chance of going and doing any of those basically affairs that I just told you. And simply in traditional form, you couldn't do that. Security trading as well. So all of these things are more popular simply because Internet provides such a differentiation in services. Today, such services supplement traditional services, but may someday replace them. So this is again another aspect of that. All of these flexibilities will add to your what you have, and then in future it may totally basically expire what is now happening. And online marketing, online basically sell or any online type will be replacing everything which was there as a traditional pattern or trend. Channel distribution, which is related to distribution channels. Differentiation of that can be also in Internet. The Internet is a location-free, time-free distribution and communication channel. Doesn't matter where you are, what time is it, and how it works system. At the end of the day, as far as you have the access to Internet, it's just under your fingertips. Fingertip can decide whether you want something or not. So you can see how the whole distribution channel can be, all of those unnecessary intermediaries are going to be simply vanished, or we call them when you get rid of all of these intermediaries that they're not necessary, you're basically coming up with a much more efficient channel. Internet gives you that opportunity to directly have contact with the one who is actually giving you that product. So you don't really need other dealers or distributors to help you to do so. Internet provides basically highly specialized personal services and do-it-yourself, which, as you know, DIY, which is do-it-yourself website, or all of those websites that you don't really need anybody to help you to do things. Simply you can go over there, get a shopping cart, go buy all of your items, accumulate how much you need, and at the end pay by credit card or debit card, and at the end of the day receive the product simply without having anybody helping you. I can see Mr. Harun Saab saying that no need for facilitator merchant anymore. Yes, internet gives you that opportunity to not even talk to anybody while you're doing things. So, but you may need some services, additional after-sales services. So that's why you can go for this toll-free online services and simply log on to any of them, and there is a maybe operator waiting for you to respond to anything that you are raising up. Yes, agents are going to be basically less as well. Distribution channels are going to be much shorter, much smaller, simply because you don't really need that. You have a one-on-one marketing there. This customer is there, and service provider or product seller all there. So you have one-on-one marketing. You can customize it, okay, to your specific customer. Image differentiation. This is another aspect that you can have, and another dimension that you can actually have differentiation all about. A company can differentiate itself by creating a unique experience online called experience branding. Simply, you can give a specific experience to your customers in a way that they never had it before, they never experienced it in a traditional way, and it's just because you are online. The internet interactivity allows companies to respond more quickly to customer requests. You see, the image that Google has as an online search engine, none of the traditional companies can have, simply because nowadays, whatever you don't know, you can simply go there in Google, type it in, and then get the result in less than seconds, and then that simply make it very reliable source. That gives you a certain image about Google and nothing else. There are so many other search engines like Bing or basically Yahoo or any other search engines, but still Google is one of those most reliable. When you want to watch video, maybe YouTube most probably has the maximum or best image. So if you are looking for a specific video, movie, song, or anything like that, you don't really go to random website. You simply write down YouTube there, and then you get to see the video because you believe that YouTube most probably has the video that you're looking for. It means the image of YouTube is already there. Okay, Mr. Nuristani is saying example, sir. What example you want about what? Image differentiation that I'm giving you now, or there is something else, Mr. Nuristani? I believe that you asked this example for the same image differentiation. So if it is the one, so you just simply please let me know, then I don't really need to run on this more. So as you can see, faster communication and retain current customer and attract new ones. On. Oh, yeah, I already gave you examples. Yeah, yes. I just told you, for example, Google, how the image is there, and then you see number of the experience you were talking about. Experience, can you be more specified? Because on experience branding. Okay. Okay. What? The experience branding, as I told you, just simply when you go online and you want to search something, and just imagine at the beginning you don't really know what is Google. So you just randomly try to type somewhere over there, to try to get some keywords and do a basic data mining. But the result that you get after typing different things will lead you to go to a better website. So first, which is going to be most probably Google. So that Google, after a while, by hearing, okay, it can be just based on word of mouth. Like you want to ask your friend, well, how can I get some information online? And they will tell you have to go to search engine. And then when you say which search engine they're talking about, most probably they're going to tell you Google. Why they don't tell you Bing.com immediately? Why not they don't tell you Yahoo? Because Google is definitely having have a better experience planning. Means people have used it and they're much familiar with that, and they believe the efficiency that you get through Google is way higher than other basically search engines. Okay, Mr. Understanding? Retain current customer, attract new one, plus faster communications are two basic results of having a better image, which is actually all the result of a good image, which is I just explained for you about the Google. Most probably the information that you get through Google are much more reliable. For example, you want to get some articles, academic articles. Google Scholar is the one that can really help you to get all of the relevant articles around the world that can be in different databases. At least it can give you the title, and later on you need to pay for the article, or you need to log on to certain databases to be able to get the article. And Mr. Armstrong said this will be based on customer post behavior to attract new ones. It's based on what their experience was before, and then how, when they're happy with that, most probably they are repeating. So that repetition of the experience and basically can give them extra satisfaction, and that satisfaction, constant satisfaction, consistent satisfaction that you get from doing the same thing again and again will definitely help you to reach a more reliable service that creates that image that I'm talking about. Okay. Differentiation strategies. There are different type of strategies to be able to apply this differentiation concept. Differentiation strategies are particularly important on the internet. Marketing strategy revolves around company image and product information available on the web. Usually you try to create all of these strategies around this basically company image as well as product information available on the website. How informative your website is usually is helping you to be able to reach more customers simply because they find your website very user friendly and easy to work with or easy to be navigated in. Specific strategies may include being the first to enter the market. Sometimes if you do anything online and you can hit a place that nobody has hit before, which is a certain niche or certain market or certain segment that nobody has done, or a certain product that nobody has done. That can be one of the very good ways of creating a good differentiation. But after a while, you will be definitely replicated, copied, except you are doing it in a way that nobody can replicate or copy you. That is a different story. But because online or internet is something that everybody all around the world can easily have the access, that makes it very, very simple for everybody to follow. So that is, so you won't be able to create such a specific idea for a long time solely for yourself. You will be definitely replicated or duplicated. So the story is all about who is going to come up with the first idea first. Okay, owning a product attributes of quality in the mind of the consumer. Again, as I told you, you may provide some information, some products, some services, some certain approaches that create a specific image, and that makes your customer to all the time come and buy stuff from you. Why most of the people, when they're going to buy certain type of, for example, second-hand things, they go to eBay. When they want to go buy certain items, they go to Amazon. Amazon started when they were actually, it was all about selling books. Later on, it was changed to other books that you can buy now. There's so many different things in Amazon.com in the website. So this is all because the previous initial approach was right. So, Okay, as I'm explaining here, there's some information there. Today is the deadline for e-marketing final assignment. Yes, it is, and I believe that this is happening among the students, so I'm not going to go there, except you are going to ask anything, then I will intervene. Yes, assignment structures are the same. You just need to do it for 2 different subjects. Okay, let's come back to what I was explaining for you just now. Differentiation strategies, and continue with them. We have demonstrating product leadership. You have to be able to come up with some idea which is unique. You have to be the leader. You have to be the one who is all the time initiating that. That can give you some differentiation that nobody can. Okay, again, why Japanese are usually the most successful innovators of all time? Because they usually manage to come up with some ideas first, and the rest of the world will just follow. But that's why they get the basic premium, basically price and premium profit or margin at the beginning, and then the rest, as far as the rest are doing it the same, then they will shift to another new product. So you see, because they are constantly innovating new things and they're leader in product, they are the product leader in the market, they will end up being all the time profitable. This is a traditional market. When it comes to online, we can have it online as well. Utilizing an impressive company history or heritage. If you're a very big company, a company which is click and mortar, means a traditional brick and mortar which is nowadays online, and then wants to use that specific, for example, background. A very good example can be Pizza Hut. Nowadays, Pizza Hut has this online system of basically ordering pizza, and they call it PHD, which is Pizza Hut Delivery. And they are using all of those basically history and heritage of the Pizza Hut, but online. So definitely everybody knows Pizza Hut, not an unknown brand. And when they go online, people still trust them more. Domino's are doing the same thing. There are lots of other brands. Like I'm just talking about Malaysian market. We have Serpino, we have Canadian Pizza, we have Domino, Pizza Hut, Papa John's. They're all online as well, so you can see their menu online. So they get this basic benefit of having their heritage and history there, and people relying on them get them order more. Supporting and demonstrating the differences idea. Sometimes you have to highlight what is so different about your product and the rest. For example, you can say you're using specific fresh material that nobody is using. For example, in your pizza, you're using the specific cheese that nobody has been using. So you can talk about specific material, specific labor force. You can talk about specific design. You can talk about specific trend, anything like that. Communicating the differences all the time. You have to tell everybody about that. By the way, that you're supporting that and doing it all the time. You have to communicate with people, showing them and telling them you're different, and they have to be aware of that. You cannot expect your customer to be able to guess all the time you're different. You have to communicate. You have to tell them how different you are. Amazon.com and Monster.com have successfully differentiated themselves. Amazon.com is the one that I just told you. Monster.com is a famous website for finding jobs. Monster.com is like job alert or lots of websites that they are helping you to find work or a specific job. Has been a very significant, successful, differentiated company for online users. Mr. Nasir Ahmad saying utilizing an impressive company history or heritage. What is heritage, Miss Nadia? Heritage is like what you have, what is inherited to you from the previous version of the company. Okay, so heritage is like you get the heritage from your parents. Okay, means whatever they have, you get those properties after, or those assets after them, or they can be alive, or after that anybody's parents can pass away, you may receive all of those properties and so on. This is what we call heritage. Heritage means what company had before and how you use that for your own advantage. Okay. And then utilizing an impressive company heritage. Sir and Nasir Ahmed, I don't really understand what your question is all about. You may explain it more. Okay, Ms. Nadia, it's all right. Internet-specific differentiation strategy. There are some specific internet differentiation that we're going to discuss now. There are 6 differentiation strategies unique to online business. Means you cannot do them for traditional type of companies, simply because they are just about online and dimension or internet. Most of these examples that I gave it to you could happen for a traditional company, but there are some differentiation that can just happen to your, basically, your specific online company. Mr. Zormati is saying miras. Yes, miras is the definition of heritage. Yes, the meaning of heritage in Persian is miras. Okay. Let's come back here. Okay, we were saying that there are 6 differentiation strategies. The first one is site environment or atmosphere. Easy download, easy navigation. When people are coming to your website, they don't really see a very, very complicated, super wordy website that it's really difficult to find information that you're looking for. Your website is plainly nice, easy for navigation. You can simply go to anywhere. You can find the icons that you're looking for simply by clicking some certain thing. It's not really difficult to find things that you're looking for. That means a good site environment. You can have your specific site environment or site design or site designing. So that is part of your whole product, basically communication as one of your basically internet marketing experts. Marketing the intangible, tangible, virtual tours, 3D images, trial downloads, all of these things. If there is anything available, if you can give them those virtual tours, 3D images, for example, they come to your product. Just imagine you're selling a watch. Watch will be nice if you just put a picture, but sometimes people are going to look at that from different angles. If you can come up with a 3D, different angle picture that the customer can see different side of the product from inside out, from outside in, this upside down, side look, up look, down look, every part, that gives a better, definitely, understanding from what the product is all about, and that makes them more happy. So that can be all of these options, all of those intangible things that you make them more tangible can be definitely helpful. So this is another specification that you can have. And we have on the other side everybody saying Mr. Mohik. Okay, I don't really hear that, but then if please, ladies or gentlemen, when you're coming to the class, make sure that you're on mute so you're in trance and your activity doesn't really interrupt the rest of the class. Build trust is another internet-specific differentiation strategy. Strong brand recognition and as well as privacy policy, they can be there. For example, if you know one of the most common websites in job networking and creating a professional job, basically network is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a website that will help you to find all of the professionals in your career, create a good network, create a good bond, and then do whatever is possible. You can use it for getting job and being hired in different places as well. Sometimes this company is going to ask you to give your username or password. Then they will be able to use your basically your, for example, Yahoo username and password. Then they can contact all of your basically contacts over Yahoo and get them to be your basically friend or network connection over the internet. If you have that proper privacy policy, then you can trust that website more. What Facebook is nowadays doing by making it very possible for you to customize your privacy options is another way of giving that differentiation or specific differentiation strategy that can bring more customers to you. Efficient and timely order processing. You may come out with some delivering timeliness as an important benefit if you can shorten it in a way the customer is going to be super satisfied. Nowadays, you can order simply and, for example, a cover for your mobile from all around the world. So just imagine you have HTC or iPhone or Samsung a smartphone, and you want to buy a significant new cover for that, which is not available in your own local market. You can simply go to website and buy things through Amazon, eBay, or any other website provider, and you can see if you have very good postal system in your country, you will receive the product less than 48 hours, 24 hours, sometimes less than 72 hours maximum. And it's significantly interesting because long time ago, if you want to have anything posted, most probably international is going to, it would take a huge long time. Now, if you don't mind pay for your service, they don't mind sending it to you immediately. So that is how it works. Pricing is another aspect in differentiation strategy that you can monitor on that. In early days of the web, companies offer discount as purchase incentives. Majority of firms today differentiate themselves in other ways besides pricing. You see, pricing used to be one of the main elements that you would go and buy things online, but nowadays it's not the only one. Nowadays there are so many other aspects, as you could just see, but still pricing is one of the ways that you can make your customer to buy things online. There's so many famous products that if you buy them online, they're going to be cheaper rather than buying them from the traditional model. Very simple one, airlines. Airlines nowadays give you these opportunities to buy your ticket online, and it's going to be much, much cheaper if you go at, in comparison with the time that you go to a traditional, for example, counter and you want to buy your product. A very famous company that they are doing this very, very successfully is AirAsia. AirAsia is one of the most economy-based airlines that actually there, even AirAsia is active. The main source is in Malaysia, but they are active in southeast part of Asia very, very significantly in a way that they are hitting almost the most famous destination all in Asia, as well as some in Europe and Middle East. These companies have this slogan of everybody nowadays can fly, and they really maneuver on their online system very much. So they really encourage you to do everything online. You can even check in online before even going to the airport. You see, one of the main things that you have when you want to have any international or even domestic flight, you have to go 2 hours at least in advance to the airport to make sure that all of your formalities are going to be done. Now the AirAsia has done that perfectly done by giving you that opportunity to do everything online. You can even check in online. So when you go there, you just have some basic basic things to do and get your flight and take your flight. It's not like before you have to go in huge long queues and get the things done. You can go to airasia.com now simultaneously and see what's going on. And what do I mean when I say they have significant different approach toward online purchasing. Customer relationship management, or CRM, is another famous area that when it comes to internet differentiation, that can be a very good part that companies can maneuver and then get it done. Managing long-term relationship with your customer. You see, as I told you before, the most important thing in 21st century is not customer acquisition, it's customer retention. Means if you can keep whoever you have now, that is much better or much more convenient rather than trying to get more customers. Okay, because the cost of losing customers is more than not having that customer. So make sure you are going to keep whatever you have, whoever you have. So what can guarantee that basic success? CRM, customer relationship management, coming up with a specific way of dealing with your customer in a way that they can be satisfied and repeat purchasing from you. Enhancing the experience. Let's talk about how we can enhance the experience. The e-marketing opportunity model helps companies differentiate using e-marketing opportunities for enhancing. These are how you can use to enhance the experience of the customer. Selling process, the customer buying process, the customer usage process, all can be perfectly enhanced through this approach. Online differentiation involves creation of a distinctive customer experience. What do I mean by customer experience? I just told you. If the customer coming online, he or she has to be able to reach whatever he is looking for in a very immediate manner, in a very convenient manner, get the things done. Even if he wants to buy anything, the purchasing has to be very easy. Time shouldn't be very time consuming. It should be very short. And on the other side, if there is any problem, customer is able to contact with the, for example, technical team immediately to get the backup. All of these things, if they are there, you will create a specific customer experience for your customer that bring your customer back to your website. Development of one-to-one relationship with customer that I was just talking about, one-to-one marketing is all about the same thing. When you give that specific attention to your customer, then your customer feels that he is the only one that you're serving. That gives a specific phenomenon loyalty to your customer and bring them back, keeps bringing them back to your company. Positioning. Positioning is the process of creating a desired image among its competitor in public's mind. As you can see, positioning is another significant keyword in marketing. When it comes to online marketing, it's going to be the same. As you can see one more time, the definition, the process of creating a desired image among its competitor in the public mind. The reason why you buy certain brands rather than other brands is simply because those brands are already positioned in your mind. If you go somewhere in a new country that you don't really know how their cuisine are, what type of food they have, and so on, and you just randomly going to any store here and over there, and you just suddenly happen to see a big yellow M in front of you, which is the sign of McDonald's, and then you feel very comfortable, immediately go to that shop. The reason is because the big M, the yellow M in your mind is already positioned, means McDonald's is already positioned in your mind. Means you would definitely go to that product that as far as you've been using that and you're happy about using that, okay? So that means that McDonald's is already positioned in your mind. The e-marketer's goal is to build a position on one or more bases that are relevant and important to the consumer. I simply told you just now, when it comes to search engine, Google is there. When it comes to video, YouTube is there. When it comes to job finding system, Monster.com is there. When it comes to, for example, email, Yahoo is there, MSN is there, Onlline is there, Gmail is there, and so on. The reason why you go to certain websites to get all of these things done, because they are already positioned in your mind, simply like that. Okay, so bases and strategies for positioning. These are the bases for positioning. Product or service attribute. How different your product or how specific your service is, that can definitely create a nice positioning for you in minds of customers. High-tech image. If you're a company which are high-tech image and giving that basically trust to your customer and confidence to your customer that if you buy your product, you're not going to miss any latest basically technology improvement and so on. Benefits that they get if they buy your product. For example, if you buy products, two different laptops like HP and Dell, they will have significant differences in terms of product, look, features, and so on. But when it comes to services, if Dell, anything happens to your Dell, a Dell service center, if you call them, they will come to your place. They try to repair your product the same place, or if they cannot do it and they have to take this to their outlet, then they will make sure they give you a substitute for the laptop that you're missing. Or maybe for HP or Acer, specifically Acer. I don't know about HP, but about Acer, what is happening is you have to go to their own service center, which is going to cost you time, energy, and money, and simply you won't have that if you had the Dell. It means the benefit that you get out of Dell is much more than Acer. This is just a very good example that you can get. and how the strategies of position can be. So if people are looking for better convenience and better services, most probably Dell is the one which is going to be positioned in the mind, not Acer. It was just a basic explanation to tell you how they can be different. User categories, what type of users do you have, who is going to buy from you, that by itself can create a specific class, and that creates another positioning level. Comparison with competitors. For example, as you know, certain people use certain, like celebrities use certain brands that make that brand specific and expensive. And that is why we, for example, a Gucci or a CK Calvin Klein or Versace or a Louis Vuitton or anything like that is going to be more expensive because they've been famous of being serving certain type of customer that they are not normal customers. Okay. Comparison with competitors. It is another way if customers coming up to your website and find out you are more superior, you're much more developed, you're much more comprehensive, you're much more integrated, you're much more supportive, you're much more helpful, they will definitely use you and basically come to your website purchasing things from you rather than to your competitors. Integrated position that we're going to explain later on will be another basically base for strategies of positioning. If you can come up with an integrating position that give you significant role from different aspects. Later on here, we will discuss that more in detail. Product and service attributes, as we just explained, many include features such as size, color, speed. You may have a specific size, you may have a specific color, specific speed that the rest they don't have. Amazon's online click checkout, on-click checkout process is an example of a positioning attribute. How fast you can basically make an order or close an order or create an order, and then how fast you can make things done, make Amazon specifically different and position in minds of customers. Tylenol does not sell online, but provides useful one-to-one features for pain relief and health information. You may go to their website, you may not find any product online, but you may get lots of information online. That is certain service that this specific pharmaceutical company is providing for you because you go online. Technology positioning would be shows that a firm is one of the cutting edge of technologies. At land and customers can build virtual models of themselves and try on virtual outfits. Nowadays, you see websites, they give you that opportunity to basically, sometimes you can just upload your picture and then put your picture on different products and you see how it goes. Or you may basically build your virtual model, the model that you want, and try to see how it works on that outfit that you're looking for is working on. For example, you can create a human, for example, by shape. You can virtually create it, and then you apply different clothes on it. For example, you see a certain clothes on top, certain pants on down, and see how the combinations are. It's kind of giving you a better understanding of how different colors and different products can be matched. And this is a website that provides you this specific services by the technologies that they have, by the features that they have. Okay, at American Airlines, customers can store seating preferences and frequent flyer account information. That is again another, for example, specific technology that this website, American Airlines, can provide for you because you've been using their services for a long time. They give you this chance of going online and exactly see which seat you want and book it, without just asking that operator to do this for you. So you see how significant it is and how helpful it can be. Benefit positioning. Benefit positioning is generally a stronger basis of positioning because it answers the consumer's questions. What will this do for me? I gave you a very good example. I said different companies will give you different benefits. I talk about Dell. If you ask yourself, you see Acer and Dell have the same price and more or less the same feature, why you need to choose Acer when Dell gives you that certain benefit, okay? Or it can be vice versa. If Acer gives you a specific benefit that Bill doesn't give you, you may definitely choose Acer over the bill. That is what customers or consumers are questioning from themselves. What will this do for me, or what will be extra thing that I get from this product? Miller Lite offers software that can be used as a social organizer. This is a website that can give you some certain software that you can use for social organizing things, anything related to social thing, and that can be additional benefit that you get if you use their product. And on the, for example, Valvoline motor or Valvoline motor oil side, visitors can send greeting cards, download rating screensavers, and sign up for newsletter. Again, you see, simply because you're buying the oil, or simply just visiting your website, they will give you this chance of having this greeting card that you can send to your beloved one greeting card. You may download some racing screensavers for a computer, or you may have some basically news, sign up for newsletter and get information about the category that you are interested to get. Okay. User category. This is another dimension that we're discussing. User categories positioning relies on customer segment. Who is buying your product? You are whether high class, lower class, high income, lower income, for example, maybe those with the middle range income. You see, any of those can. You are targeting just kids, you're targeting kids and adults, you're targeting just senior citizens, and so on. Clothes, which is a famous cereal or cornflakes brand, has an interactive site for children, simply because children is their main, basically, sense of attention or segment. Because children are not really willing to have anything for breakfast, except that breakfast is significantly different. Like just now I told you that cereals that Kellogg's can provide for the children can be interesting for them, so they're providing other features on their website that children maybe most probably can play games or having things going on. Yahoo geo-site host pages organized by neighborhoods and specific interest as well. Okay, dear students, I still receive some basically post about whether I receive it. I received most of your assignment. If you have sent it to my rashad@gmail.com, I definitely have received it. But as far as nowadays, I was quite busy in the last 2-3 days, and still it's going on. I make sure by then you will definitely get an acknowledgement on the assignment. Don't worry about that. If you send it to me, don't worry about that. So if you didn't receive any email, just wait. You will receive it soon. Okay? This is for all of the students in class. I know Mr. Harusal mistakenly have done it to my Yahoo, so I already forwarded to my Gmail. So please do not send anything to the Yahoo one. The Yahoo one is not for this one. Please send it. A Gmail one is the one that I assigned for this specific e-learning class. Yahoo GeoSite, as I just told you, GeoCities host pages organized by neighborhoods and a specific interest. Again, this is what they get, what they provide when it comes to user categories, people that they are coming to them. Competitor positioning, many firms position by benefit that provide advantages over their competitors. So competitor and competition that you have with your webs, other companies are going to be very, very important. So what you do to give better advantages to a customer in comparison with your competitor is the one that can create a very good positioning for you. Companies may position themselves against an entire industry, a particular firm, or relative industry position. If you look at Mercedes, which is a famous German automobile company, usually this company tries to position itself against BMW or BMW, simply because they are two main rivals. If you go to United States of America, Coca-Cola and Pepsi, they have this rivalry. They don't really show themselves and they don't position themselves against the whole entire industry, because the whole industry is all about these two, and then the rest of competitors are very small. So simply by that, they just maneuver on each other. Particular firm here is this related industry position. If there is any other industries that they're relatively related to you, kind of, for example, you're making some cookies or snacks or things like coffee, beverages, and you may have other industries that more or less have some overlaps with you. You may position yourself against them. For example, a famous brand of coffee, which is Dolce. It's a brand that maybe it's basically position itself with other maybe chocolate or things that they are more or less related to this snack and basically kind of things related industry. So this is how it works. I can believe it's not butter. This is a margarine position itself against other margarines. If they can come up with it, you see, as you can see, the logo is there. It means that the quality of this margarine is very good in a way that you don't really understand that this is not a butter. This is an actual herbal thing. They come from the plants, this type of basically material, but still the taste and look and everything looks like butter. And this is how the margarine position itself against other margarines, other type of herbal oil products. And integrated positioning that I was supposed to explain for you later in advance, as I told you, we can expect to see more integrated positioning in lending, jewelry, and hospitality industry. Lending tree helps brokers find clients more quickly and cheaply. In this integrated positioning, you try to create a lending basically tree that gives you the chance to get more customer coming in and being your consumer. Blue Nile sells an estimated $1 to $9 million of jewelry that would require 116 retail stores simply online. Okay, that you wouldn't be able to do it in retail, normal traditional retail, except you have 116 basically retail store. Web travel agency can move market share to hotels that give them discounts. That is again another specific thing under the integrated position, in the way that you can create a strategy which is different from the rest. Repositioning a strategy, which is at the end of more or less the final part of our discussion. Repositioning is the process of creating a new or modified brand, company, or product position. If you have done something before and it wasn't that much successful, or you want to create a new brand which is different from your old brand, and you want to like come up with a better approach toward your customer. Just imagine, for example, there was a brand B in the market and it couldn't come up with a good result, and company thinks, why not we rebrand also by creating another specific name like brand A and try to replace brand B with that. Okay, sometimes you modify your product that you have and try to make it better, improve, and then make customer your what is happening about different Windows. You know, Windows, if you remember the history of Windows Explorer, your Windows, Windows, how it was you had at the beginning, Microsoft Windows was like at the beginning you have, for example, 95, 98, then it became Millennium, 2000, Millennium, if I don't make a mistake, then XP, then it was Vista, Windows 7, and Windows 8, and all of these have the beta version, alpha version. Some of these Microsoft were very good, some of them not really. For example, XP was a very good success for Microsoft, while Vista wasn't really. So most of the people that they had Vista, they wanted to go back to have the Windows XP. After Vista, we had the Windows 7, which was a very quite good success. And Windows 8 again is not as good as Windows 7, so most probably people are coming back to Windows 8. This is how it works. You see, it doesn't work. You come up with a new version that can take care of the old version in a much better way. And a company may enhance or modify a position based on market feedback as well. This is another way of repositioning yourself. If you can create a better product in a way that you, for example, you just imagine you're making bread with different flavors. And after selling them, you will find out, for example, a whole grain that you have extra sunflower seeds on it may not sell as much as other products that you have. So simply by having this feedback from market, a very good idea will be just changing that product in a way that market gives you a better feedback, eliminating that product, or simply coming up with some improvement that make that product more interesting. You may have an online website that you're providing some services, and customers are not really into getting those services done. Like Disneyland, Disney company used to have this online website, online basically participation, and after finding out that their online basically activities doesn't really pay off, they stopped that. They stopped the whole online activities, and they're just maneuvering on different Disneyland and movies and different things that they have in normal traditional way. Yahoo repositioned from online guide to web portal. You see, it used to be an online guide, an online search engine, and it's more now a web portal rather than an online guide. Amazon repositioned from world's largest bookstore to Earth's biggest selection. You see the difference between these two. At the beginning, Amazon was world's largest bookstore. You want to buy any book, you would go to Amazon.com. They find out if they want to just monitor on book, it may not work anymore. As a matter of fact, nowadays people are not really into traditional books anymore. If they are, it's not as much as before. Most people are looking for e-book, electronic books, and they try to simply they can carry them in their laptop, smartphones, their iPads, and different types of things. And it's much better to have them rather than having the book, the physical book. So it depends on the personality. So what happened is one of the students in the class, unfortunately, have the note and so that is about repositioning a strategy. If by any reason you weren't that much successful, you have to create a new or modified brand, company, or product position simply to get better result. So by finishing this, the whole chapter today is finished. Please let me know if you have any question. Ladies or gentlemen, if you have any question, please ask. If not, as usual, I can give you a chance to one or two students to discuss it if they want. They want to talk about what they understood today on the whole thing. It's not compulsory. If voluntarily you want to talk, I will definitely give you the chance. Mr. Saibzadeh, Mr. I say no thank you. Armstar said no thank you. The rest, if you are interested, please. I hope that today's discussion and class was interesting. I by myself enjoyed it because it was really practical. I hope that it was interesting for you as well. You could learn some certain things today, which was interesting. I tried to use some examples that they were new and you most probably didn't hear about them before. So please let me know if you have any feedback or anything. And if not, I just give you the final announcement, and that's all about today. Okay, thanks, dear student. Okay, let me give you the final announcement. As I told you, if you have sent your work to me, don't worry, I will definitely give you an acknowledgement. It's just a matter of time when I can find a very good slot. These days, I'm really busy in different classes because of my normal schedule really limits me. But I definitely will send you an acknowledgement. Don't worry about that. if by next week, next session, you didn't receive anything, you will definitely need to be worried, but definitely before that session you receive. Again, for those students that they didn't send their assignment yet, make sure that you're sending it by today, and then you won't have any penalty. That is another thing that I wanted you all to know, and that's all about it. So I will finalize the whole mark. If you have students that they're gonna send their work after, you see, as I told you, next week and next 2 weeks you will have 25% delay penalty for any of assignment. And after week 10, I don't even accept any assignment, which is going to be super late, because by that week, I'm going to already finalize the assignment result and to the whole WWS. So for your own good, please collaborate. That definitely helps you all. Okay. Announcement will be with WWS. I try to finalize it immediately after finishing the classes. Maybe week 10 or week 11, the moment that I can come up with a conclusion. But don't worry about that. This is up to them when they want to announce it to you. Okay. So thank all. Just make sure that everything is done and wait for my acknowledgement. Have a great night, and bye till next time.